I find cardio, like, especially when I was bodybuilding, like to drop weight and get down to 3% and 2% was walking.
Yeah.
There was no need to do high intensity. When I was boxing and that, I'd run. Even now, I don't run anymore. Like I do cardio every day. One thing I tell everyone is cardio 7 days a week because that's for your heart. So walk, cross trainer, bike, change around. And I love it because that's when I do all my sire. I listen to lectures. I do a lot of that. When I train weights, I listen to lectures, but I don't concentrate much because I'm a numbers man.
I listen to Quran. People find that strange that I do that.
No, I did. I used to always listen to Quran, but I was more listening to the tajweed because, I'd put different reciters, but I wouldn't be pondering on the words because I'm training. But when I'm cardio, I can actually get into the lesson, what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I get emotional when I weightlift. So I'm listening to the word because I can actually understand the Quran for the most part. And I'm just sitting there getting emotional. Like I'll hear the story of Ibrahim as I'm pumping and
That's good.
Gets me riled
What's happened
up.
now with me, subhanAllah, I've got this problem. It's not a problem, it's probably good. That my sets are all counted for tasbih.
SubhanAllah.
I did that years ago and now it's just become normal, bro.
How do you do it?
So it's like subhanAllah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar, subhanAllah.
Oduro does that. Sheikh Oduro does that.
Who?
Sheikh
Oh,
Abdullah
does he?
Oduro, yeah.
Subhanallah, it's like sometimes I don't want to subbih because I need to count numbers, but I know that when I say it twice and a half, I've got my 10. And then everything after that is bonus.
SubhanAllah.
Yeah, it's become something that's just on my tongue. And I do it a lot because I learned about dhikr years ago that, especially when I was sick, that dhikr is so important, man. Because I used to hear that the Salaf used to do so much dhikr. And I go, how do they do thousands a day, man? We get to like 70 and we're like lost. Someone gets in your way.
Because you stop counting.
Yeah.
It should be very organic. That's why remembering death is so important because it causes organic worship.
It makes it natural, doesn't it?
Natural.
It makes it natural. And look, I don't know, whatever people talk about, a masab high and that's badal, whatever it is, or a counter. I use the counter.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a counter on my finger. No one sees it. You just see the clear ring. And I'm just subhang everywhere I go. And you'll know that because I won't talk. I'm sitting in an environment, I'm listening and everything, but I'm just subhang, bro. I find that my solace, man. I find like, it's your protection, It's like, it just keeps you humbled, keeps you... Look, I remember the days, man, I used to listen to music when I trained, Like, I'd ring my mates, man, burn me this song, burn me that song. I didn't know how to do it. I'd go to the end of the world to collect a CD with like multiple, dance tunes on it so I can train. And, I'd go in there, and, get crazy with the music. I can do that now without having any music.
Yeah.
SubhanAllah, I've channeled it all into the right areas.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Do you mind if I introduce you to Sheikh Odura? I'd love to see you guys get a workout in together.
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing a workout. I was telling me, Muhammad was telling me we should do a workout together, but just got to try to tee it up in the timing.
Okay. If we can do it, that would actually be pretty sick.
Yeah, man.
If you and Odura, because he's known for that too. And
you're for training?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's big, mashallah.
Do a back workout or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Can I join you guys? I won't be able
man.
to.
No, I'd love it, man. But is he training during fasting or is he training after the fast?
I'll ask him. Actually, have you been training during Ramadan?
I have been, yeah. I just don't go hard.
What time do you do it?
I go in the morning, man. Always like.
In the morning?
7, yeah.
Like.
I'm a morning person.
So 7, is that after suhoor or before?
After suhoor.
After suhoor?
Is at 5:30.
So, and you don't get hungry after that?
Nah, I can go without food. Easier. Just thirst gets me.
Oh, wow. SubhanAllah. I don't know how you do that. I just stopped. I'm walking, trying to get 10,000 steps a day.
Because years ago, when I was much bigger, it was harder because I had more muscle. So
can you tell me a little bit about your weightlifting career, bodybuilding? How was that? Why'd you do that?
So I did it. I started in 95. I was skinny. I was a karate man, and then subhanAllah, I got into boxing. I had a few fights, and then I said, you know what, I wanna lift weights. So I started going to the gym, the PCYC. Like I knew nothing, man. I was tiny. And then I did a little bit. Then I got married in 96. And then I stopped because I had to like work. And then in 99, a guy I was doing a job for gave me a membership because he couldn't pay me. So I took the membership off him at the gym and I started going back. Then I met this Islander guy from New Zealand who was like a hard trainer. And I used to train hard. It was in me to train hard because whatever I did, I'd do it to the best. And he goes, let's train. And it was like perfect timing for me, 5 p.m.s, like after work. So we train every day, Monday to Friday, and
What's the biggest lesson you think you've learned from doing professional bodybuilding?
don't go too heavy
Why?
because there's ramifications. So you are going to get older, and you are going to feel it. I think train smart. Train smarter. So when I say train smarter, it means you're there to train the muscle, right? So it's hypertrophy. You're building muscle. So you need to put that muscle under as much stress as possible, right? So not in weights, but in blood flow, in putting as much blood into that muscle, to get the pump that you could possibly, handle. And then you get the lactic acid build up and all that. With moderate weight, with weight that you can handle, not weight that is ridiculously, stupidly heavy that there's no need for it. Because you gotta understand, man, you do one nerve in your body, you do one ligament, you do one this, one that, you're not gonna be the same again. It all comes back to haunt you later.
I think one of the most attractive things about you is that you're a man's man, as we would call it, right?
Yeah.
Is that just the natural testosterone in your body, or is this something mentally that you've built throughout the years?
Oh, look, I remember growing up, man, I never liked team sports because I said team sports was always, the favorite always seems to shine. And I wasn't the kind of person growing up that was, the one who everyone was like around that. I was, the favorite. You always got the favorites in school, the whatever they used to call them now. The guys who are the
popular kids,
the popular
cool
one.
kids.
I was never the popular. So what I did, what I would do is because I was in like 7A1, 8A1, all the A1 classes, so I was with nerds. So I'd be friends with the nerds so I can keep my marks going good. But I would try to befriend the troublemakers in school, the Ds, because they could, help you navigate through the playground better. And I played that game. In year 11 when I started doing weights, the big boys were the Ds. Like they were just weights, So I became their best mates while I was still smart with the... And what I did back then, subhanAllah, was the nerds would always get, picked on by, the troublemaker kids. Hey, Riley, you nerd, Because I was in the middle, I'd always love peace. I'd go, nah, come on, Ahmed, man, leave him, bro. He's a smart kid, leave him. He might be one day treating you, And then I'd do peace stuff like that, and I thought it was so... I thought it was like, I always wanted to be good to people,
When I asked you about masculinity, why is that what you brought up?
With...
That's interesting that's what you brought up when I asked you
about
being a man.
Like bringing up about like school and...
Yeah, and making peace between people.
Because a real man doesn't need to fight. A real man is not a person who fights. A real man is a person who knows how to walk away from a fight, whether in a neutral way. I'm not always going to say it's going to work out good, but to walk away, to hold their ghadab, their anger. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Iyyakum bil ghadab, iyyakum bil ghadab." Hold your anger, hold your anger. Anger is dangerous, bro. Anger is the shaitan. How he gets to you, how he makes you destroy all the good you've done. So to me, it was always trying to friend everyone. My favorite saying was, I'd rather be everyone's friend than foe. I don't know who I'm going to need down the track. And that's how I've always done. I don't like to feel uncomfortable. If I'm somewhere and I see someone else and I've had a beef with them, I don't like that feeling. So I'd rather be on good terms with everyone. Hey, man, how are you? Good. But you know how far to go, And I believe that's what a man is. A man is not how many kids you have. A man is not how much you lived. I've done all that. I got married at the age of 18. I had kids, I'm a granddad. But a man is how you conduct yourself around people, how you get responsibility and you hold your responsibility,
One of the things that my generation, the generation under me, has struggled with is that the world has put so much emphasis on the importance of our emotions. The world has seduced us with its pornography and social media, and the couches have gotten softer and the TVs have gotten bigger. And depression has gotten more popular. It's even popular. Depression has become romanticized.
Yeah.
What's your message to that generation, to my generation?
Look, someone once told me, Ahmed, the best thing ever invented was the button on and off on a TV or a remote. So turn it off. You don't have to watch. You pressed it. You can turn it on. You can turn it off. That's the first part. Okay, because on Day of Judgment, that's all going to be replayed to you. You had control over that. The second thing I say to people is, brother, misery needs company. Miserable people always want miserable people around them. You know, I can't see a miserable person having a positive person going, hey, man, let's go. Yeah, come on, let's go train. He's miserable. It's the last thing he wants. So positive people attract positive people. Miserable people attract miserable people. Pick your crowd. Pick your peers. And, hey, if you find, like I said earlier, I was always never a team player. I found being on my own was better for me because I would get things accomplished. I was a goal-driven person. If I wanted to do something, I always knew that I would put the most effort in. So, hey, I'm going to do it anyway, with you or without you. So all the young people out there, I tell them, don't ever let anyone tell you you can't do what you want to do, but work towards it. Don't sit there and rely on someone doing it for you. You get up there, find out how to... Brother, at the age of the internet, you can find everything now on the internet, how to do things. And work towards it, bro.
So we're getting to the end of the episode here, and we have some speed round questions for you.
Okay, here we go. Better get the starter blocks.
If when Allah, bi'iznillah, ameen, grants you Jannah, what's the first thing you'd like to do?
See my family.
They're not alive now?
I lost my mum. My dad is, I've lost we've lost people in our family that they nurtured me. They made me who I am today. I want to see my family in Jannah. And, obviously I want to meet the Sahabis. Everyone wants to meet the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why I don't say I want to meet the Prophet, because we know that that's just automatically in us, I want to meet the ones, for Musa alayhi salam. I want to hear his story. I like his character. I find his character, I try to follow. I fit into that character a little bit, that he was a hard, strong man, did things on his own, travelled by himself, went away. I want to meet these people, man. I want to see all the ones I grew up with, man. I tell all my friends in Australia that you're my sahabis. The boys that you grow up with, that brought you to deen, that you done your Eids and Ramadans with, they're your sahabis in this world. The Prophet ﷺ had his sahabis. They're his sahabis. They were in his era. They struggled together. They grew up together. The boys that brought me back to deen and I bring back to deen, they're my sahabis. I have a lot of brothers I love. And I want to see them in Jannah. We've lost a lot too.
Yeah. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
To make everyone love each other and forgive each other.
You'd be Cupid?
Not that kind of love. It'd be more forgive everyone.
Yeah.
I think when you forgive, love comes into it. You don't have to love someone. There's different stages of love, obviously, but forgiveness, man. Our biggest problem is forgiveness. And this is the thing that I think most people are going to be their downfall in the hereafter.
Just to comment on your heaven answer, what I found so beautiful, I think you and I have a lot in common. I was actually thinking the other day, to me, I'm just a young boy trying to go home. That all this life has done is take me away from home.
Yeah.
And my entire journey is just trying to go back to it. And the only way I can is in heaven, because there is no past to go back to.
No, there's no past. It's so true, man, what you're saying. But without family, we wouldn't be here. Without my mother, I wouldn't be on this earth. Without her mother, my grandmother, who I loved and lived with, I wouldn't be who I am. She taught me so much, and the generations move on, and they were the foundations of who Ahmed Harachi is. Even though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, everything. Allah put them in my life for a reason, and I want to live with them again. I want to be with them. Without the pains and struggles that they all went through. And that's what I love about Jannah is there's no more, for the one who dies from cancer, or I visit him, he's dying from cancer, I tell him, Akhi, just remember one thing, Allah loves you. He chose you for this. He's cleansing you. There's no cancer in the grave. There's no sickness. There's no liver disease. There's no kidney failure in the grave. We're all going to be healthy in the Jannah. We're all going to be strong. There's no backache. There's no amputations. There's no defects. This is what the beauty about Jannah is. And obviously Allah knows best.
And last one for you. If you were to travel If you were able to time travel to one period to observe it, what would it be? And it can be the Prophet, peace be upon him's time.
It sounds very like people would say, well, why would you say that? I'd go back to when the fitness started.
Okay, why?
Because I could try to put being the way I am and who I am and what I stand for, maybe I could have input something back then that could have maybe, not caused such a big fitna that it did. That's what I believe, because I think that fitna was something that was very, very bad in our timeline. A lot of Muslims were killed for no reason. Muslims killing Muslims.
Sahaba killing Sahaba.
Sahabi killing Sahabi.
So
And the main one I would want to be is, if you want to pinpoint a time and a date, would be when they came to Uthman bin Affan.
yeah, some would hear that and say, well, men that were greater than you in the Sahaba were around in that time, and if that was possible, they would have done it. But I get what you're saying. I know exactly where your heart's at with that.
See, people say that, and I tell them, you don't know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do.
Yeah.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so, Allah can do anything. You sometimes you underestimate yourselves, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give you and what you can become.
Yeah.
But when I say the part of Uthman bin Affan, just the part that always sticks in my head is when they cut his hand, and he said, this is the hand that wrote the Quran. And that gets me all the time.
Yeah.
This is the hand that wrote the Quran. This is the man who brought the expansion to the mosque that we all go to now. Millions and millions of people visit Masjid al-Nabawi. The expansion of that mosque was from him. And maybe we could have done something, no, but at least if I did die, I would have died with good intentions, trying. That's just my character. What am I tell you? Take me back to the dinosaur period? No, thank you. I want to be eaten.
Brother Ahmed Harachi,
I love you,
the Muslim Undertaker.
Allah reward you, my brother. Thank you for having me. Jazakallah khair. I feel like I'm about to get into my car and drive home. Home's an 18-hour flight. So, as a traveller, I make dua for every single one of you, that Allah keeps you all steadfast in the USA, keeps all the Muslims steadfast, alleviates all the Muslims' pains and struggles, and takes the pressure off all our brothers and sisters in Gaza and all around the world that are being oppressed, including in Western countries and non-Western countries. Ameen.
Ameen. Ameen. Thank you for joining.
Jazakallah khair, my brother.
And thank you guys for listening to the Ansari podcast. Hey, salam guys. We're trying to build more studios, hire more people, and create more shows that you guys will love and enjoy. If you guys want to invest in us, then go on patreon.com/Ansari podcast and support us today.